Good morning. Let's see, what time is it? Yeah, 10:30. It is May 13, and I'm coming out here to harvest some tomatoes and whatever else might be ready as the squirrels are chasing each other in the tree. Our tomatoes are doing so well. This has been what we've wanted. And they're not dying of disease, thank God. But there's some red ones in there I can harvest. Our greens are coming to an end. The bugs are getting them and they're going to seed. And then I have some sweet potatoes that I got from Codyco Farms. And hopefully we'll get a nice harvest from those. But my greens, they're still growing, but you see the bugs are getting to them. I'll probably go ahead and preserve as many as I can before I take them out. Because I'd hate for all of these to go to waste. But further out, there are some okra plants further out. And I have a few squash plants. Some of them are doing well, some of them are not. See, that one's kind of puny. I planted this vine here, not knowing it was a vine. And as far as I can tell, it's a pumpkin of some sort, which I'm assuming is a Seminole pumpkin. See the fruit down here? It doesn't appear to be a butternut squash as I had thought. So we're going with it. I've been wanting to plant some Seminole pumpkins anyway. And looks like I need to harvest some okra. It grows so fast. So I got that. And the bees are all over these flowers. Let's see if I can, well, they were flying around. Maybe the wind is blowing them out. And I've got some Swiss chard over there. I've got some rutabagas that are past pulling. They're kind of small. They didn't really do that great for the second planting. I have so many pak choi over there. And joy choi. The miniatures over there. So let's go over here and look at the tomatoes. Step through these pumpkin vines because I really don't want to step on them and kill them, hurt them, whatever. All right, we have some on the ground that I didn't ever stake because we had some that went beyond the trellis. But look at these. Look at these. They're beautiful. Beautiful. They're all over here. Got some growth issue there, but they're not splitting. I'm so happy. We've had several of them split. Some of them are splitting here. If they're turning red, I'll probably go ahead and harvest them because of this kind of thing here. I really don't want that, and I don't want this to happen. And I don't want that to spread disease and drip down into that so that it is nasty. But we're getting good tomatoes. They taste wonderful. This is the season for tomato sandwiches. And I'll show you the harvest once I'm done. Oh, look, I wonder if a bird picked that. That's disconcerting. We have corn growing. It didn't get sown as consistently as we thought. Either that or they just didn't germinate consistently. I don't know which, but they're growing. And we're gonna have a harvest. Yeah, I gotta get these because the bugs are starting to get them. And I've got eggplant down here. You can see. and zucchini. They're coming. Yep. Got a baby there. I've got peppers coming here. Other eggplants. I think my green beans have seen better days. But yeah, more eggplant down the line there. Yep, these are ready to harvest for sure. I was gone for a couple of weeks and some of this got behind, but it's still harvestable and edible, and look at all of the beauty out here. All the abundance. Over here I have, I believe it's referred to as New Guinea cucumber. I got this from Cody Cove Farms as well. They're starting to put in flowers. So hopefully we'll be getting a ton of little round spiky cucumbers. They look like they have spikes, but they're soft spikes. They taste like cucumber, and we're hoping that they will be resilient against the Florida heat. These are Ghana long beans, I believe. They are ready to harvest. I also got these seeds from Cody Cove Farms and Nursery. So I think this one's kind of gone a little bit longer. It might be a little chewy. Might leave that on for seed, who knows. But they are producing. First time growing them, and they're doing fine. I don't know if you guys can see all the pollinator activity, but they are busy. Inside now, we got some eggplant, a couple different varieties, and we have some little tomatoes, and I got a handful of okra, and all these tomatoes. Now, most of these tomatoes were harvested today. These were harvested, when was it, yesterday, other day, probably the day before. And so yeah, we have a lot of tomatoes right now. We got these Cubanelle peppers last week, and they're good and crisp and nice and mild. And I harvested a couple of Turkish orange eggplant. Never had these before, thought they were interesting. Anyway, just wanted to drop in and give you a little bit of an update as to what our garden looks like and how things are going. I hope you have a wonderful day. God bless. I'll see you next time.